So this is for all you night riders out there, because today we're going to take a peek at a nice, small, easily packable bike light from Magicshine called the Allty 400. I love the size of this thing. Hey guys, welcome back to BikeGeeks, and today we're taking a peek at the Allty 400 headlight, essentially, for, well, any bicycle, whichever. You could probably use it for other things as well. But it's nice, it's very small, very easily packable. It's got a 900 milliamp hour battery on it, 400 lumens of output, so depending on how bright of a setting you need, they do make larger versions of this. I think the Allty 600, 800, and so on. So depending on how bright you need it, this is the, the perfect option if you're not gonna, be specifically riding at night, but if you maybe get caught out at dusk and things like that, or if you want a light that's flashing during the day even, just to keep yourself visible to motorists. This has both low, medium, high modes, as well as 2 flashing modes, easily to get in and out of it. There's actually a power button here on the top that also tells you the indicator of roughly the battery life. Now, I wish there was more battery modes in it, because between 21 and 100% battery, it's going to give you a green setting. So if I click on it right now, it's going to show green. I don't know how well that's visible, but between 20, or I think it's 11 and 20%, it's red, solid red, and then if you're 10% or below, it's going to flash red. So that's the 3 settings. I wish there was kind of an amber in there to tell you if you're kind of in between, maybe the below 50% or below 60% battery. That's just, whichever it is. But for what it is, this thing's pretty awesome. It also has kind of a unique, you can kind of see in the top of the light, that's kind of got a line there with a little bit different features there. What that is it actually keeps the light from going into people's eyes. So if you're driving down the road, it kind of like a car head beam. It keeps the light on the road surface, not up and just kind of going out everywhere. So it's actually better for not only safety-wise for other traffic or pedestrians or something, but it gives you the light where you need it. It concentrates it down below. I love the size of it. It is USB-C chargeable, so there is a little rubber flap in the back here, and USB-C back there. It is IPX7 designed, so fully submersible waterproof, which is awesome. It's just something that you can throw in your bag no matter what bag you throw it on, and you're good to go. Or leave it on your handlebar for that matter. It does give you different option modes for mounting, including it comes with a GoPro mount adapter. So I'm going to show you that here in a second. Yeah. Let's get into how it works, and then we'll go from there. So let's show you how I have it mounted on my bike currently. So I have my road computer, and then I have my light mount currently on here. And so you just kind of turn it in at 90 degrees, click, and you're good to go. Now, for how to turn it on, I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll actually point it this way so you can actually see what's going on here. So we have the power button here. All we do is click and hold it, and it goes into what's called low mode. And if I just push it, it'll go medium, high, and then back to low. If I double click the button, that'll go into the flashing mode. So flashing mode 1, flashing mode 2. If I click it again, it goes back to flashing mode 1. Double click again, I'll go back into low mode. Low, medium, high. And then to turn it off, and you can see that right now it's showing green. If I turn it off, just push and hold again, it'll cycle off. Very simplistic design, very easy to operate, pretty much standard operation mode, and how it actually clicks in, it actually seats in very, very well. You can adjust obviously the up and down just kind of by rocking it on here, depending on how tight you have the mount itself. But I do want to show you the mount, because it is a little bit different mount than other lights that I've had in the past, and I really do like the mount. And it does come with different diameters, so depending on where you want to mount it on your bars, you can. The downside to it is this mount allows you to, it only mounts at 9, it basically goes in at 90, and that's the only direction. So if you have it on a bar that's angled, the light is actually going to angle with the bar. You can't straighten it out. That's one of the downsides I see on this light specifically. You're going to want to mount it as close to the center of the cockpit as you can, so that it shines directly where you want to put it. The way around that would be the GoPro mount that it comes with, and I'll show you that. This might be the first time I'm using my camper as kind of a workshop table. But this is the package it came in. So you can see it's the Allty 400. Does come with a USB-C charging cable, but it's not going to come with the actual USB accessory to plug it in, but that's the cable, like anything, to be honest. And then you can see here are the different pieces and different lengths of mounts that come with it. And right now I'm kind of using the in-between mount. Maybe I'll grab that off the bike real quick here in a second and show you how that actually operates. This is the GoPro mount accessory, so obviously you can see how this goes on the light and transfers it into a GoPro mount. So then you can mount it. If you already have a GoPro mount on your bike, there you go, you're good to go. It does come with a little book. Now, I will say this, on low mode you're looking at about 6.5 hours of light. If you're going to go on high though, it's going to drop that down to about 1 hour and 40 minutes. However, in the flashing modes, upwards of 7 hours. I think that's flashing mode 1. So that's pretty awesome in how much actual light you can get out of this, and especially for the size of it. It's really small. And they do give you an Allen wrench, and the Allen wrench is actually for the mount. Let me grab the mount real quick off the bike and then I'll show you. Actually, let's just head over to the bike and I'll show you how this works. Okay, so you can see the mount here. There's just an Allen wrench hole here on the front. That starts loosening it, and actually what I'll do is I'll take it off, that way you can see exactly how this operates. Because it's actually fairly simple in how it actually operates. That just almost, there we go. And so, and that bolt can actually just come right out, so you can actually take it out. So it just has a little pin up here, or a little hinge, I guess, in the front. I don't know how well you can see that, where the adapter kind of slides in and then just kind of buckles in. And then there's a threaded tube, I guess, that slides. It actually slides in this little area in the spot, so it actually it basically just pinches it together. Now, if you need to change out this piece, like there's multiple of the sizes, so like I just grabbed the longest one here. You do have to take this nut, I guess, as it were, and put it and basically change it over to this guy. So it just, it takes a second. But you just take it out and you move it over to the other one. So I guess if I was going to say what would be another key factor that's something to say I don't like about this, well, it's not something I guess I technically don't like about it, but if you were constantly changing out to different bikes, you're going to want to get more mounts, but this little piece here, if you lose this little guy here, it's not going to operate anymore. And obviously you do have to put it between mounts. Now, most people are going to put it on their bike, and that's that. And so in this case, so for instance, I'm going to set it up back on this bike, so I'll put it back in, I'll bring it around, and then you do have to kind of make sure that this angles slots in. Once it slots in, then I can take the bolt, put it back through the front, and then start tightening. And once you start tightening it can't fall off really now. You could technically, I guess, probably unbuckle the front there, so you could technically put this together on the ground and then just kind of do this, just as long as you know how to operate it. But once you get the right size for your diameter handlebar, then you just kind of tighten, and then you would put the light in here, adjust the height, and then you could tighten this down even further so it doesn't move on you while you're riding, right? And so that's essentially how it mounts. Pretty simple, and it works really, really well. So I'm out at a small little ride just to show you what the light looks like here at night, and I actually have it on my newer Salsa Cutthroat here that we do a lot of videos on in the future. But let's kick on the light. So as we see right here, we're in high mode. So this is what high looks like. Now, of course, I have it aimed down a little bit, but it's not going to shoot out crazy far. If I click the button, it'll go to low, then we'll cycle through to medium, and then high again. So again, that's low, medium, high. And to be honest, for me, high is more than enough, but I also do have fairly good vision at night. If I double click the button, then I can get into the blinking modes, which I'm not going to really use obviously when I'm needing the light to do at night, but if it's dusk or if it's even during the daylight hours, just to grab attention, that's what I can do, and that's just a double click. And then there's another thing I wanted to show you as well. If you can kind of see looking down, you get this light bouncing from the front edge that kind of comes back on your hands. You can kind of see it on my legs there as well. So it's it kind of has a little bit different effect than any other light I've ever had. So you can kind of see behind it a little more than usual. But let's go down the low setting. Still very easy to see everything, to be honest. But if you needed something really bright, you can crank it up quite a bit. So hopefully at least that shows you what it looks like at night. So that's the Allty 400. It's not perfect. Then again, most things aren't. But for the price tag of $29, it's all aluminum built. It's waterproof. It works really, really well. It's got good battery life to it. It mounts fairly easily and securely. It's not perfect. I'll be honest about it. But I'm impressed by it, especially how small and lightweight it is. I don't regularly go, purposefully on trails and stuff at night. The kind of night riding I do, I don't need a whole lot of light to see. I need things so that people can see me more regularly than me see, the roadway, for instance. And this is about the perfect size and everything that I would want. Now, if I was doing something that was definitely in a darker scenario where I need light to be able to see where I'm going, I'd go bigger than the 400 series. But for what it is, I'm very, very, very impressed by this. So, Magicshine, thank you for allowing me to do this video on this product. As soon as I popped it out of the box, I like the size, the weight, and the build quality, because it's actually built really well. And for 29 bucks, I don't know if I could find something that's better than this. So that's something to say. So, thank you for watching here to the end. I will put the links down in the description. If you have any questions, comments, post those below. You can get a hold of me over at thebikegeeks.com. Otherwise, thanks for sticking by to the end. We'll catch you back here on BikeGeeks for another future video. See you soon.